Hello everyone, this is AJ and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode review of the new Star Trek animated TV series Star Trek Prodigy airing on Nickelodeon. So let's talk about it. Okay, so however you want to look at it, this is either episode 2 or episode 3. For my benefit, it's episode 2. Episode 1 was the first 2 episodes combined, shown in one hit. So this is the second airing of an episode. Thusly, I'm going to refer to it as episode 2. The episode is called Starstruck. Yes. So this follows this newly formed misfit crew of young individuals, different alien species, on board this starship that they've just discovered. You've got the Janeway hologram, and this episode follows directly on from the end of the last episode where the Janeway hologram has just appeared. So they get to asking her some questions. They find out what the Federation is all about. It's decided by the primary character, the purple guy, I can't remember his name, that they don't want to head towards Federation space. In fact, they want to head away from Federation space. So on a star map, he chooses this location that's plotted in red. He is warned against this by the Janeway hologram, but decides not to listen to her, not even hear what it is, just that he wants to go there. So thusly, the ship heads in that direction. They then decide to put the kidnapped young lady character, who's the daughter of the villain, into a cell, into the brig, and a couple of others decide to explore the ship, find food replicators, this sort of thing. They come to learn when they arrive at this destination that they're actually heading towards a white star, a white dwarf, a collapsing star, and they're getting caught into the gravity of it and being pulled in. They decide to divert all non-essential power, which shuts down the shields and all this sort of thing, and they eject all unnecessary weight to try and get out of it, ejecting all of the escape pods and this sort of thing. When shutting down the power, the cell is shut down, and this character escapes from her cell and heads to a hangar bay where she uses a matter replicator to replicate a escape shuttle. Which the replicator says that it's a shuttle replicator essentially. So it starts to build. A bit earlier on in their exploration of the ship, they do find near the warp core a device that's glowing. It isn't a warp core. Obviously, you haven't yet learned in this episode what this device is. Obviously, they managed to escape by working together and using the help of the Janeway hologram to escape their fate from this being dragged into this white dwarf. So essentially, it's one of them episodes where you've got the crew sort of at odds with one another to a degree, and coming together to work together. And there's a bit of a speech at the end by the Janeway hologram about how when the Federation first came together, it was quite messy with all these different alien races with different languages and all this, kind of mirroring what this young crew is together at this moment in time. And thusly, that's pretty much it. And it ends on a scene of the villains starting to head off after the Protostar, which is the name of the vessel, the USS Protostar. Yeah, so as for my thoughts on the episode, the jury's still out on this series. I think the animation is very good for the most part. Obviously, I've got to get used to the fact that this is a series created for a younger viewership, a younger audience, where the characters are designed visually and characteristically for a younger audience. Yeah, obviously Kate Mulgrew does a voice of Janeway, which is great to hear her back. The problem with still watching this is that I feel that, especially where the villains are concerned, it is sort of taking its cues from Star Wars, the Star Wars animated series, this sort of thing, with the designs, the look. So it's certainly using that as a sort of template as opposed to Star Trek. Now, we are given another ship here which is going to turn out to have some sort of a device that I don't know whether it propels it faster or what. We don't know yet what this does. In the opening scenes for the episode, you do see this, I believe you see this device in action, which almost looks like the appearance of a third nacelle on the ship, but a round thing, and it sort of, it looks like it propels the ship faster. I don't know. That will come to pass as the series continues. So yeah, so you know, running at 22 minutes this episode. It didn't bore. It was interesting enough to see what was going on. It's having to accept that these characters are for children, and you know, and getting past that and accepting that. Now, in comparison, Star Trek Lower Decks, with, you know, that's not written for children. There's a lot of jokes in it that edge on innuendo, sexual innuendo at times, on occasion in it. It's a bit more adult orientated in the way it's written, and the mocking style of it, of Star Trek, in a loving way. But this is sort of out and out Star Trek, you know, for children. Even the speech that Janeway gives about the Federation is essentially to fill in anyone who's unaware of what Star Trek is, you know, and what the Federation is and this sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, but you know, so far it's enjoyable enough. I'll keep watching and I'll keep reviewing until, well, I either get to the end or I decide there's no point in going on because it's not for me. In which case I'll let you know. Anyway, this is AJ. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care all, and goodbye.